It's just very exhausting to me that we're just treating her kind of just like a push the WNBA button. She's a player. Let her play the game.
The only thing that I would have to say to follow this up, again, she has her statements, and we're going to play those. I just think that people are doing a bad job of protecting her from all this stuff. So when asked about, the list or whatever the case may be.
Kaylin, what was your reaction when you saw the USA team yesterday, the roster come out?
Yeah, I think I'm excited for the girls that are on the team. I know it's the most competitive team in the world, and I know it could have gone either way of me being on the team, me not being on the team. So, I'm excited for them. I'm going to be rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics. So,
take a Claritin.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch them.
What was your level of disappointment not kind of hearing your name on the roster?
Honestly, no disappointment. I think it just gives you something to work for. That's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, I can be there.
Did you? Pretty decent answer. Motivation is not crazy. It's not that was a good answer. Would y'all say, Damo, you think it's a good answer? Yes or no? Decent answer. Yes.
I think it's a good answer.
Sage, yes, no, good answer.
Yeah, I ain't got a problem for it. Yeah, good.
B-Souls, good answer, yes, no.
Good.
It shouldn't invoke anything. Why I say people are doing a terrible job protecting her is because they have the coach come and ask the same questions, and she gives this response.
Elephant in the room is the Team USA roster. Caitlin's not on it. What was your reaction when you saw that list come out yesterday?
Yeah, a little disappointed, of course. She's my player. That's the hardest team in the world to make, right? That is a tough team. She's young. She's going to have so many opportunities in the future.
How did you coach her up through that, or did you talk to her at all through that to make it more of a motivating factor than anything?
Yeah, we talked actually on the bus. She got the call on the bus, and she texted me to let me know, and I just tried to keep her spirits. I mean, the thing she said was, "Hey, coach, they woke a monster," which I thought was awesome.
She fell for the bait, Drew Holiday style. Damn.
That is a we good in the West. That's not what a coach should say. That's the story for the 20th anniversary doc, right? That's not for the story when you have to play the best team in the league the next day, and they're getting their asses kicked right now. That's just the way that I feel.
I don't know. Maybe I need to re-listen to it. I didn't think what the coach said was the worst thing, but I see where y'all are coming from. I just think it's funny that, again, what is Caitlin saying about this? We hear Caitlin essentially have the most generic athlete response possible. And now that I'm really sitting here thinking about it, if Caitlin Clark made the team and she felt like it was some consolation prize, again, how would she feel about this? Like, how would she, these are athletes. These are the most competitive people on the planet, arguably. How would she feel if everyone and their mother knew that she is not one of the top 12 women in the league, but she's on the team because she's marketable? This is what I'm saying when I'm going back to, bro, she's a fucking person. She's not a tool. Now, yes, you can have the argument like how B-Souls will, that all marketability is good, and you can easily show some stats to show that Caitlin Clark has the or anything. But at the end of the day, it's just very exhausting to me that we're just treating her kind of just like a push the WNBA button. She's a player. Let her play the game. And what happens after?
It's just and before we move on to the next thing, it's just that, Sage, let me ask you this as an athlete. If somebody said, if you heard the coach say, you woke up a monster and you had to go guard Caitlin Clark the next day, what's the first thing you're saying?
Punching her in the mouth. It's like, nah, it's not. But on the serious shit, I'm like, monster. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm 100% immediately playing Caitlin Clark with the sole intent of making her either look physically.
I'm pushing her first possession,
or trying to show her that I'm just significantly more skilled. But yes, I'm trying to immediately outshine her for sure.
Monster ass. Just wanted to highlight this before we move on because I really came on here to talk about the Lakers. This is from Xavier C. Miller. This is the stuff that this stuff makes me stop when I scroll Twitter and I just have to speak. In 2003, 2004, LeBron was the new star in the NBA. They put him on the Olympic team his rookie year because they wanted the world to see their next star and continue to boost the sport globally. He sat on the bench. It's wild to see the WNBA not understand that basic business concept.
Didn't he average 20?
That's just not true. No one wanted to fucking play.
Oh no, 4.
Who doesn't?
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't know that? But that's my thing. Like, did you go down this nigga actually talk basketball? Does he?
No,
is he
he's a
basketball?
finance dude. He's a
Exactly my point. That's my. These motherfuckers don't watch the sport at all, but will run to the defense of Caitlyn. I pray Angel Reese got the side of Twitter that be on all day talking about some. If that man ain't paying all my bills, I wish he would ask me to be his girl. I wish those women would defend Angel Reese anytime her name came up. They don't.
Football offseason is ramping up tremendously. Trades after trades, signings after signings. Who will win next year? Who will succeed? Well, over at Prize Picks, you can succeed if you play daily fantasy. Let's take a look at Prize Picks. We've got some easy numbers here. We got CJ Stroud, my personal MVP, for 4,000 yards on the season.
You can do the whole season? That's crazy.
I'm learning something today, and I'm about to make a 30-minute drive.
And then on the receiving side of things, we've had some moving and we've had some shaking, but I think one of the more guaranteed picks, Moore, for $4.99.5. Make sure that you place those things early for the football season. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some change on there. I'm a little scary, so I'm going to just put that for the long game right there. And I'm going to hit place entry. And it is just as simple as that on Prize Picks.
And if you use code LKIB, you guys can get a 100% match on your first deposit of up to $100. Links to everything will be in the description down below. And shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this podcast.
No one gets this shit. Like, I can tell this nigga don't watch it because they just sit there and lie. No one wanted to play. Nobody wanted to go on there. There was not just LeBron. Wasn't Melo on the team? D Wade was on the team.
Melo,
there was multiple rookies.
Yeah.
There was multiple rookies on the team because no one wanted to play. It was led by what? Richard Jefferson and AI? Is that
Tim Duncan, relax.
I'm sorry. Tim Duncan.
Vince Carter?
Stephen Marbury being the third name is crazy.
Vince Carter
wasn't there.
Nah,
T-Mac didn't want to go. They claimed or they cited terrorism and civil unrest over there. Athens security was very lax. Kobe was dealing with Colorado. Shaq was injured. And then he goes on, because that's brought up in the tweet. He goes on to say, oh, well, there were plenty of stars better, or plenty of players better, even if you eliminate the names that we eliminated. I'm not going to lie, gang. I mean, because he was pretty good like that. After you eliminate damn near half of the league, LeBron is probably right there, right? Like LeBron, Melo, Wade. Once you literally get there, unless we're talking about sending like Michael Finley over, like
once you knock out the top 15, the top 20 players, yeah, of course, throw the rookies out there, I guess. Throw the good rookies.
Like, come on now, we'd probably send Scoot if half of the league didn't play,
Yeah, Caitlin Clark is just a new political jumping board for people to talk about. Same thing with Little Mermaid. Remember that, man? Little Mermaid conversations when Halle Bailey was casted as Little Mermaid. It's just, and she's just gonna be consistently on your timeline. That's really the only difference. Little Mermaid was one drop. We're gonna talk about it for that week. We're gonna talk about it once it drops, and then boom. But Caitlin Clark is gonna be here for a long ass time, and people have found their wave. People are actually using her as a marketing tool to get their shit off. So it is what it is.
One question. I'm obviously not a strong WNBA mind yet. Is Caitlin Clark having an historic rookie season? Because I'll even fall for the bait and do this. Is Caitlin Clark having one of the one WNBA rookie seasons of all time?
She's having a good rookie year, but I wouldn't say super historic. I mean, she's doing stuff, but it's not like. It's not worthy of MAGA Twitter being behind her.
Okay, because what I'm getting at, and you guys know where I'm going with this, LeBron James, someone commented that she averaged 17 points. I'm not going to play stupid with you. LeBron James had literally one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. Like, this is even by those standards, and yes, we know people still don't like going to Team USA, but even by those standards, you have a stronger argument for LeBron in the NBA than Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. It's just so dumb. But,
everybody's also healthy, so that's the other argument. If people were injured, we could have this conversation, but everybody's healthy. Like,
it's just nothing to rage about. Like that's my if you disagree and if you still want Caitlin Clark on the team, like I honestly still get your point. But in terms of like yelling at other women on national TV type of mad,
yeah, he's lost. He's lost.
Nah, that's where you're wilding out, bro. Like again, if we can have a respectful conversation as to if you think the draw that Caitlin Clark would bring towards Team USA, similar to what we just had, I'm cool with that. But all the yelling and shit, bro. Like, nah, that's not.
And-
Be so. Some would say that nigga's out there bojangling.
Stop, bro. Stop,
Let
bro.
me-
Stop.
let me-
You're not doing this.
I'll say this to Stephen A, and we're gonna move on for because this is really what I came on the pod for. He and Shaq to me have been projecting lately. You're gonna miss out on a lot of money if you don't market yourself. Why? Because you've been slaving at ESPN for the past 30 years, doing shows from sun up to sundown, and now you're just making a portion of what Shannon Sharp makes on his YouTube channel.
Oh.
Like niggas have come in and eclipsed you already. And I know he feels some sort of way about that. I know he does, because he's also been talking about the whole, my contract is up. It's up and it's stuck. I'm not gonna lie. When your contract is up, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody, I promise you they don't. They'd rather see Pat McAfee get signed for more, Shannon Sharp get signed for more, Gilbert Arenas get signed for more. They'd rather see those guys. I'm sorry, Stephen A. It's done. You've lived long enough to where you became the villain. We had pity for you when you were with Skip Bayless, and now you've lived long enough to become the villain. It's plain as day. But they're gonna say I'm hating because they love to say I hate Stephen A.